Um, Now, there might be even an article since then. This article may be 17 hours old or something like that. What does it say on there? 18 hours, I believe. Yeah, 18 hours old. Um, so there might be even an update even after this article here. But let's dive into the first maybe three paragraphs of this article and give you an update on what's happening with them. So let's go ahead and cover this one. Railroad railroad workers opposition builds to sellout deal to block national strike. Now you heard the strike. You heard the the news tentative deal announced. There was never a deal. Actually, let me bring you that story first. So there was never a deal. Let me see if it's on the front page. I think it's on the front page here. Or how about we search? There was never a deal ever even established. So let's start there. Is this where my cursor is here? So let's go rail strike or a rail deal. Let's do that and see what pops up here. Just so I can give you a little bit. That's a different one. Hang on, just okay, I can give you a real need support an entire working class. Statement is issued. The president said we'll be calling it all workers struggle. Okay. Furious union revealed no. Okay, here it goes. So they reported that there was a deal. So there's been two updates. If you don't know, you may be on this. So this is for those that may not be on top of all of these stories. So this one here, railroaders furious after union revealed that no tentative agreement exists despite sabotage of strike. So we like to announce tentative deal agreed upon between the union and the rail company. Complete lie. Completely made up. So let's dive into this article that covers it. Okay, so here we go. One day after leading Democratic politicians and the media announced that the tentative agreement had been reached between the two largest railroad workers unions, both unions acknowledged that no final tentative deal actually exists yet, and that the workers should not expect to view any details of the agreement for weeks. There is no deal. There was no deal. Oh, they just got to vote on it. This literally just to put it out there. Now, why would you say, do you think Joe Biden and the media didn't know that there was no deal? Have they printed retractions? Have they made it just as a large news story that there was actually no deal and wait, hold on, there's nothing to be voted on? Why would they do that? So let's continue with the story. In an 8-sentence statement released Friday afternoon, one of the unions, Smart TD, wrote that a number of posts purporting to reveal the finalized contents or finalized components of a TA have spread rapidly and are presented as factual. They are not. The statement adds, anyone who states that they have seen a final copy of the TA, have a copy of the final TA, or knows the final content of the agreement is not being truthful. The document, it continues. The document, it continues, there we go. The document, it continues, have not been fully reviewed by both parties, legal counsel, and have not been presented to the Smart TD District 1 General Chairperson, nor has it been distributed to officers or membership. The Smart TD statement added that factual information regarding the Phantom Agreement would be posted on their website sometime next week. As to when the full actual agreement would be posted for workers to review, the union did not say. So, had to kind of backtrack before we come back to the story we wanted to cover in this segment. Oh, let me go back one more time. Here we go, which is this one. So, add that in there. Tentative agreement made. Strikers or the ranking file has to just vote on it. Comes to find out there's actually no tentative deal actually made. Now we're here. Railroad workers opposition bills to sellout deal to block national strike. And Nick also kind of covered a little bit of this or talked about a little bit of this in a stream when he was like, the deal is a sellout deal, and he hoped that like the parameters of what was in the news, that even that part was a sellout deal. So let's read a little more of this article here. Opposition is continuing to build among railroaders to Thursday's White House brokered sellout deal with the rail unions to avert a national strike. The deal resolves none of the workers' grievances and is essentially a rehash of the proposed contract terms from Biden's presidential emergency board, with only a single paid and 3 unpaid sick days a year's up from zero. So what they did was they took the same deal, added a single paid in a year day off and 3 unpaid sick days off a year. So now they have 4, 3 are unpaid in this deal. Okay? They tacked that on. In fact, union officials admitted last week that no formal agreement even exists. Oh, it looks like this is the hyperlink to that article I just read. Yet, and will not for several weeks, making a mockery of the principle of no contract, no work. Just union leadership is not part of any movement or revolution that we're going to have. They're the petty bourgeoisie. The deal is in violation of the overwhelming consensus of more than 100,000 railroaders for strike action to win a contract that meets their needs, expressed in a national online meeting Wednesday night of 500 workers sponsored by the Railroad Workers Rank and File Committee. So they basically put this whole show out to stop a strike, even though there's no deal made. That whole show about a tentative deal being made. The meeting passed a resolution warning the union that any attempt to force through contracts that we do not accept and that have not been voted on, or to keep us working without a contract, will be in violation of clear instructions given by the rank and file. That's laying down the gauntlet right here. I'm loving this union. I'm loving the rank and file, I should say. They're not fucking playing at all. Let me read that again. The meeting, let me say this again. So 100 railroaders for strike action to win a contract that meets their needs, expressed in a national online meeting Wednesday night. So this is a national online meeting sponsored by the Rank and File Committee. Okay, now in that meeting, the meeting passed a resolution warning the union. So they passed, the Rank and File passed this resolution warning. When they say the union, they're talking about leadership, warning the union that any attempt to force, this is a quote from there, any attempt to force through contracts that we do not accept, the Rank and File does not accept, and that have not been voted on, or to keep us working. So in the event that there is some sort of tentative deal that the rank and file doesn't know about, that they're keeping secret, that only the labor leaders and the rail company know about. They're saying if there's something like some shenanigans like that, have not been voted on, that's what they're referring to, or to keep us working, meaning they're just kind of dangling a nugget. Oh, we have a deal, but it's going to take several weeks to vote on so that they can work without a contract. So that attempt, so they're addressing all of that. Or to keep us working without a contract will be in violation of clear instructions given by the rank and file. The rank and file gave the leadership instructions. That's not to happen. And that's exactly what it sounds like they're doing. I'll pop some of your comments up. This is just fucking disgusting what they're doing to workers. So let's see. Yeah, I know. The leadership, not the members. So rank and file, and then there's the union. If there's ever a general strike, the GUB would be scheduling it. Bet. That's what he's saying. GUB is government. Government. That's funny. So all right, so let's continue with the article. Or actually, I think I'm finished up with this, or this might be the last part. Yeah, I think this might be the last sentence that I wanted to include. Let me make sure. Okay, no, this is it. This is the last one. So here he goes. The union hoped that the announcement of the deal would have, this is the leadership. The leadership hoped that the announcement of the deal would have led to the militant, determined mood among workers giving way to feelings of discouragement. This is not the case. Workers are furious at the betrayal and determined to resist. So more and more of the rank and file is growing opposition bills to the sellout deal. I mean, they really didn't add anything to that. 4 days off a year. 3 are paid, 1 is not. I'm sorry, 3 are not paid, and 1 is not. Just a terrible, terrible offer.